There we go. Let's see. Gotta make sure my audio is working too for this. Can you all hear me? Hopefully. Awesome. Awesome. We're just waiting to be interviewed. Ironing out some technical glitches. Thank you for your patience. Oh, hope everyone's having a wonderful night. Welcome, History Gang. This is not my usual cup of tea, but I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone for sure. Hello, caffeine and me. Hello. Hi, my name is History Gangster. My people that watch me are called History Gang. Oh, okay. So yeah, I am a new streamer. I just started in January of 2026. Oh, okay. It's fine. It's fine. My name is History Gangster. My people are called History Gang. And effectively, I am a teacher by day, a pizza delivery guy by night, and a streamer in between, somewhere in between there. And so yeah, and I just started in January. I'm kind of new at this, so I'm sorry if there's technical issues. Doing a quick check. Can anyone on my TikTok hear the interviewer? Just want to make sure that that's also Big Dutch the Goat. Yes, yeah. Not really. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Tech issues aside. Application audio. Oh yeah, that's right.
Blasted. Maybe you have to raise my volume on your end. So
yeah,
right
I think I accidentally muted you in Streamlabs. Hold on. There you go. How about now? Can you all hear her now?
Test, 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 test.
Yeah, better. All right, awesome. Woo! Got it to work. All right. So yeah, I'm kind of brand new to this. I had originally started streaming in like 2022, and life got busy, and so I took a break from it, and so now I'm back into it.
Okay. So basically you're new to streaming, but you're really not new to streaming since you started in 2022. Can you tell me how you got started into streaming in year 2022?
Yeah, I mean, I went to high school with someone that basically has made streaming their full-time career. Even their husband has gotten into streaming full-time now. And so I really am just kind of like, I was like, oh, that's really cool. And, I love playing video games, and I'm like, okay, like, I could try that and try to be entertaining as best as I can. But so they're kind of like an inspiration to me in a sense. We stream completely different things, and they probably don't even really remember me from high school. But and then I took a break because life got busy. But then at the start of this year, I kind of made it my New Year's resolution to try to get back into it.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
so
Especially that you got inspired by someone in IRL. Because it's actually it's really cool how streaming came about because a lot of people stream either just to have fun or just to make a quick buck, even though that's not how it is at all. And then another thing is that they just do it just because it's definitely kills time, and I definitely agree with that. And I know the feeling of like feeling busy and taking a hiatus. How did your community feel when you had to like step away, or you didn't have a community yet at that time?
I didn't have a community at that time. I think I got up to like 80 followers. But because I'm a teacher, most of those people were probably just students that I had at the time. And so I don't think anyone really missed my absence. And a lot of my followers now are still students. Some old, some new, some current. So it's just, building an audience one step at a time.
I
So,
love that you're a teacher because my mother was an educator for over 32 years, and now she works at a college as a researcher analysis. And she takes education like to top tier. Like she really loves how there's many because we went to a gaming convention, PAX East, a few years back, and there was a teacher there who made games on the side, and it was really nice to see how like educators have those type of hobbies to do. So, what grade do you teach?
I teach ninth and 10th grade, and I
High
teach
schoolers.
history. Yep, high schoolers. And so I teach history, I teach world history, basically from human origins to today. So,
That is my favorite class. Actually, no, my favorite. If world history like consists of like Egypt and all that stuff, yes, I love world history. But if it's not, then no, it's not the same. But I remember history class in high school. It was definitely a fun time. When it comes to like you going to school in the past compared to your curriculum for teaching, how much did change?
uh, so our like end of the year test has changed since I was in school. And so things have definitely shifted into certain directions. I think that the current test that my uh, students take at the end of their time with me has definitely gotten a little, I would say, easier in some ways, but harder in others. So
Mm.
like it used to be more memorization, and there's still a lot of that, but it's now more of like a reading comprehension test more than anything.
I just love the fact that like you still are a go getter, and then you say you deliver pizza. Like, how do you even involve a full time teaching job of history in a high school, pizza delivery, and streaming? Like, are you Peter Parker? Like, what is your secret? How?
So the pizza delivery started over the summer. So my wife and I we bought a house, and we also had a baby last March, and so
Congratulations.
thank you. And so it was a big, financial adjustment for sure. We went from two incomes to a single income household. And so, I kind of picked up my college job. I delivered at the same pizza place back in my college days. And there's still a few people there that work there that remember me. And so it's just a nice little side hustle. I would love for streaming to at some point replace it, but I know that's going to take probably years to get there, and I'm fine with that, patient with that, and my wife is incredibly patient with that as well. And so it's definitely been an adjustment, and I only stream 4 hours a week, probably five at most. So tonight is kind of like a longer stream than I'm used to, but I do stream
Sorry.
only one. That's fine. That's fine. Um, it's just because like it's a lot difficult. Uh, thank you for the follow. But basically, I would say that I stream when I can, between kids and between work and I just kind of make do with what I have. I know someone posted in the the Creator Accelerator programs feedback thing that you should stream more. You know, you should stream 3 hours, and I'm like, I wish I could, but I don't really have the time for that. So I do the best I can with what I have. So
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's definitely could be nerve-wracking. Do you feel like being interviewed by a person you don't know is more nerve-wracking than a job interview?
in some ways, yes. Um,
What?
I've done a lot of like teacher interviews, and so I'm kind of used to what they ask and what to prepare for. But I had no idea what you would ask, so I just kind of this whole week I've been rehearsing in my car as I'm driving to work, and things like that, and so
Okay, you're like, okay, I'm gonna give you applause for that because no one ever rehearsed for my interviews.
so
My
yeah,
interviews is basically a hangout. It's a one-on-one chat. If I have a question, I do get inside your head sometimes and ask some redundant or maybe really deep questions. That's why I always ask before interviewing what questions you don't want me to ask because I do come in left field with some random questions. But I always keep out certain topics because there are certain topics that are sensitive and I follow that rule book. Especially, I know in schools they have the same type of rule book. If you think
yeah,
about in streaming, so I still don't understand how people break TOS if they went to school and learned that the rules in TOS is almost the same. If you think about it, just it's completely different because it's in real life and not virtual. So I noticed. Oh, I totally forgot to ask you if you're hydrated. I'm glad you have your hydration cup right there.
yeah. Don't worry, my
Really
wife
important.
definitely makes sure I'm hydrated. So
Yo, W wife. So I see there's a lot of Fallout here. I see a little Pip Boy. I see a Nuka Cola Fallout. Like, when did you fall in love with the series of Fallout?
so I remember when I think I was either 8 or 9. I got a PS3 for Christmas. It was like a huge deal. And one of the first games my parents bought me was Fallout 3. And I put the game in. I'm like ready to play it. And it scared the heck out of me. Like I was super afraid of it. And, I exited the vault. I ran into I think a centaur or something like that at the first beginning and stopped playing it for like a solid 2, 3 years. And I came back to it when I was 12 and I fell in love with Fallout. I played Fallout New Vegas, 100% completed it when I was like 14, 15. And I've always loved Fallout. And then my senior year of high school, Fallout 4 came out. And I had just bought a laptop for college that could handle the game, quote unquote. It crashed a lot. But uh, I played Fallout 4 in class. I remember it was like calculus or something like that, and I was playing Fallout 4 after I got all my work done, and just playing it in class with my little college laptop. But so yeah, I've always been a fan of the games, and I think part of it is like I love the culture of the 1950s and how like optimistic it is, and yet also how you know uh hypocritical it can be. I love the music of the games as well. The music is, always fire. And so I've pretty much been a fan since that. And I'm, my with the goal of my stream is what I was thinking about what was going to set me apart from anyone else that's playing open world games is I wanted whatever game I'm playing to be kind of like the vibe, right? So like Nuka Cola sign, map of Fallout 76. I've got a ton of other things, and I used to have them in my background, but my office sprang a leak in my house, and so this is where my setup got moved, and so I can't really show everything, but I've got for example, you may have seen this if you follow me on social media. I can't really pull this off, but let's see. I'll just bring the whole thing over. But I've got the Fallout Veteran Ranger armor set,
Oh, that's so cool.
So I was thinking about wearing it on stream, but I don't know how to get headphones into that safely.
Why you don't use like a Bluetooth headphones, like the ones that like go in your ear,
Uh,
and then get an adapter and connect it to the Bluetooth? That would probably work.
Ooh, give me some good ideas. And
Yeah.
I've got a ton of other Pip-Boy and other things like that. Like I got Cooper Howard from the TV
God.
series right here. And
You
so
are a huge Fallout fan.
So yeah, I love the games. I love how open world it is, and I love the environmental storytelling that Bethesda does. And it's just they're great games. So,
So
uh,
I figure out why your name is History Gangster because you just state that you're a history teacher, but why gangster? Like what possessed you to come with like history gangster instead of like history hoodlum or history rascal or something like that?
so
Why gangster?
my first year of teaching, I it was in the middle of COVID, and so I remember I walked into the school and I was allowed to teach at the school because I was living with my parents and my bedroom was like a sardine can. There's just no way I could really teach from home effectively. And so they allowed me to teach in the school with a mask on. And they didn't even have a classroom ready for me because like no one was in the school. So they're like, okay, you can teach from the break room. And I remember my first class, I was so excited, like, brand new teacher, just coming out of college, and uh, I had Jazz Gandalf or whatever playing for my screen as the students joined the class, like just him nodding in the jazz saxophone or whatever. And a lot of kids were like, "What?" And I was like, "Hey guys, what's up? You guys are my history gang." And from that point onward, it just kind of transformed in that. From that, I remember when they finally did allow students to return. They had the like a spirit week or something, and you had to choose a decade to dress up as, and I chose the 1920s, and I was like supposed to be Al Capone, and so on like that, and it ended up working out just that way. And so I remember my classroom door said History Gang on it, and that's just kind of where the name came from, and so I've stuck with that since then.
So are your students the little gangsters too?
Thanks for the follow. Uh, So yeah, they're definitely they're part of my little gang, I would say. So, but yeah.
That's actually really cute. I love that. So you stated that when you play games, you are going to change your background. I know I don't want to sound. I love the fact that you put the hard work in that, but you never thought of adding a green screen and then just decorate it and have it in the background to make it easier.
It could make it that would make it easier, but it's just like for me, I think like my inspiration for it was like I like watching. I don't watch the streams necessarily all the time, but like
hmm
when Kai Cenat and IShowSpeed and they did their like streams together. They dressed up as the characters and or as like the costumes of the game, and they have things in the background that like match the game and stuff like that. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Like I like that. I like that idea of like, just embedding that. And so it would be cheaper and probably easier to do a green screen, but I don't think I switch games that often. I mean, I'm still doing Fallout 4. My goal is to 100% complete it before I switch. Or if God Howard decides to release the remasters of Fallout 3 in New Vegas, then I might switch to that. It's still Fallout, but I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna take like over the summer to try to finish all of Fallout 4, and then I might have one little transition game, but the next big one is probably going to be GTA 6 when that drops in hopefully
Oh,
November. So,
everyone wants that game. I do also
100%.
have an observation, and maybe everyone noticed it. There is a glare behind you. So I see the reflection of the light, and then I see your
Okay.
monitors. Oh, wow,
Yes.
it's a big light.
Yeah. It's a streamlight, so
No, but the thing is, you need it to point at you. But the thing is,
you can
creating
see
you are
it.
on the internet, you can see your monitors so clear on the reflection. And someone could be nuts to take a screenshot and zoom in what you're looking at. So I'm just giving you a heads up.
Okay. That's good to know. It's
Yeah.
I just have my chat and then my TikTok usually, and then my Twitch, so I can see what is going on Twitch, and then I've got my phone set up to see TikTok chat because sometimes the multi chat for Streamlabs doesn't always catch.
Why you
Um,
don't use Meld if you don't ask me?
what's
Wait,
that?
why Meld? Wait, you don't know what Meld is?
No. What?
So Meld is a new streaming service where everything is so put together, and you could search it up if you want right now. And basically, you download it on the computer, and it has everything together. The chats, they have the TikTok chat incorporated as well. They just added that feature. They have a new feature coming out tomorrow, which I'm so stoked for it. And I'm not sponsored by Meld, by the way, everyone. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Even though my friend is the one who works for them, shout out to Tiff. Uh, I just like Meld a lot. That's all. It's super easy, and then the thing is, if you have a low running computer, it runs smooth.
Uh,
I don't know if you could import Streamlabs stuff into it. That's the only thing. I know you could import OBS. So if you do have like a whole bunch of scenes and stuff, you will have to probably do it from scratch. Sorry, but you will thank me later.
yeah. Yeah, I'll check this out for sure. I've
Uh,
just been using Streamlabs because that's the only one I've heard of other than OBS. But OBS seems
what?
OB
OBS is
like
complicated.
yeah,
OBS
OBS
is
was
super
complicated,
complicated.
and I like that Streamlabs had like built-in overlays, and that's one thing that I've definitely grown in is my overlays have changed a bit. Now my
Hmm.
just chatting that I have right now was kind of my old setup still, because I haven't used just chatting in ever, I think, on stream. But my first overlay when I came back to streaming was like super noisy, like it's all Fallout stuff because there's no great Fallout overlays. Like there's none.
Then why you don't edit it? Like, okay,
So
you've
I
heard of Canva, right? Canva.
yeah. So I made one
Yeah.
from
So
scratch,
okay,
and
there you
but
go.
it was too noisy. So then I trimmed it down, and then that was still a little too noisy. So I trimmed it down even more, and so
Oh boy.
but
Yeah.
like, unlike like Red Dead has some good overlays already that people have made in Streamlabs and Arc Raiders, and it's just like there's no Fallout. And the only one I could find was behind a paywall for some service
Oh
I'd never heard of, and I wasn't gonna pay a subscription service just to use it. So
yeah, don't do that. The good thing about Streamlabs is if you do use Meld, Streamlabs has the website and you could copy and paste all your sources from there and put it there. But Meld does have big built-in plugins. Zach has a question for you. Who is your favorite Fallout character?
are we talking TV show or are we talking the games? Because TV show, I gotta say the Ghoul, like his arc of the show is just amazing. I think he's really what like was the heart of season two, especially. Um, although Thaddeus is pretty funny. If it's we're talking the video games, that give me a second to think about that one.
Oh, it's okay. If you can't think
I
about it
think
now, we could go back to it
I
later.
think I I'm gonna get judged for this, but I would say like Fisto, Fisto from New Vegas is definitely my favorite. It's just funny.
I don't know anything about Fallout. There's gonna be an ad in 7 minutes, so I'm gonna call you gangster, I guess, or HD. I'm gonna call you HD, HD for short. So during the time when I have an ad, I will be asking really basic questions. So the newcomers or anyone who's watching will not miss the juicy questions. I know the people on TikTok will not miss out. So I hope you enjoy these really boring basic questions. And yeah, I just want to give you a heads up on that.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's a nice question. Zach asks, what is your favorite era of history to teach about? Why am I reading it? You can see it yourself.
I can see it myself. So I would say my favorite eras of history are the Cold War. I mean, obviously because I love Fallout, but I love the Cold War, like propaganda, and I love doing, like the nuke drills that they used to do in the '60s with students because it's something so bizarre, and the students always point out like a desk isn't going to save you from a nuclear bomb, but it's like that's the point, and talking about the fallout shelters that are throughout our area and how those weren't really designed to save you either. But yeah, I love that era, and I also like the 1920s as well because there's some similar vibes with it. But with the 1920s, you can talk more about the pendulum shift of like culture because like in the 1910s, there's more like a liberation of like people, and oh, like you can publicly drink if you're a woman, which is something completely brand new at that time. But then in the 1920s, you can't because of prohibition and because there's certain people that felt like those young kids are getting too rowdy. You have like things like Kellogg cereal developed to try to get people to stop doing the hanky panky and stuff like that. And so it's just like it's a interesting time to just study. I just think it's so like fun to watch the pendulum of culture just swap between the two. So, but yeah,
That's interesting. And I also, you are a Twitch affiliate, correct?
I am not.
Wait, what?
I am not. I've been trying. I right now I'd say my only real 100% consistent viewer on Twitch is my wife, which I'm
Shout to
eternally
the wife
grateful for.
once again.
But I have not gotten any days where I've had three concurrent viewers, and so I've just been plugging away. I have gotten more since joining the Creator Accelerator program. I was only getting one usually, and now I'm up to like two. Last stream I think I was up to 1.9. The stream before that was like 2.5, and so I'm like I'm close, but I am hopefully I'll get there someday. What's funny is like I've had people give bits to me, and so I have like $20 worth of Twitch income just sitting there waiting for me to get there.
That's right. You can get bits as not being an affiliate now. I heard of that. And now
Thank
they
you for
made
the
affiliate
follow.
easy. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna help you get there. Most definitely.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All love.
I would love to see you affiliate. Because I was gonna give you a channel point redemption idea, and then you could like give me credit.
Totally. I'm down. I just set up like a week or two ago the channel point stuff because I'm new at this. I bought some assets off of Etsy and uploaded some images, and
Hey,
I have blurb extensions set up now, so there's certain sound effects that can go off.
I'm confused.
So
Hold on. Wait, you said you're not affiliate, but you have the subscribe button.
I do, but I'm not affiliate. At least it says I haven't reached it. Anyways, it's I know it's I don't
Can
know.
someone do research for me because I am baffled. You can subscribe to everyone now? What? That's wild.
So yeah. Um yeah, I saw someone ask about when I stream. So I stream 9:30 to 10:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays, and that's Eastern Standard Time. And I stream 12 to 2 on Saturdays. Not 12:30 to 2:30. 12 to 2.
12 midnight to 2 a.m.
Uh, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Oh, so you're an early streamer on Saturday.
Yeah, and that's because my pizza delivery job is usually from 3 to like 11ish. So
Oh wow! See, I'm learning so many things.
thank you for the roses, Braden, and for everyone else that gave me roses. Sorry, I'm focusing on the interview.
Wow. I hit affiliate in 2020 and it was completely different now. It's driving me it's bonkers. What? It's so wild how much changed in a matter of years. Is it ad time yet? Ad starts in 1 minute. Okay, don't worry. I'll get my little basics questions ready. I got my little notepad.
All right.
Oh wow, I'm just blown away because me, I've learned so much with all these platforms. What? That's so interesting that they could use them in other channel. Hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the galaxy of shooting stars.
Well,
But yeah, I what? I'm like flabbergasted right now. I'm sorry. I've never been speechless.
it's it's fine. I know I'm new. I'm a small streamer.
No, first of all, I don't like that term ever. No. You're an establishing streamer. There's establishing
Oh,
streamers, and then there's established streamers. And then there are celebrities. Or not celebrities, but I could say like well-known streamers. So there's establishing, establishes, well-known. Because every time a streamer says small streamer, you're just putting yourself like in a pedestal and you're putting yourself as like a number. And that's one thing that we do. We always are the biggest enemy and we judge ourselves and put ourselves through that mindset. And it just, it irks me. I hate when people say, oh, I'm a small streamer. I used to think like that. And then when I've been like mentoring people and doing these interviews and going to conventions, I've learned so much. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. And when I say this to like other streamers, like that's actually a very well versed of saying that because words hurt. Like, oh, you're a small streamer. Ew. I consider myself, if you consider yourself small, I consider myself tiny. I'm not satisfied of where I'm at. I wish I could be where I want to be, but it's a marathon, not a race.
yeah. I ran cross country in high school, so I understand it for sure.
Oh, cool. You did track?
Yep, I did track too. It was the only sport I could do because I don't have good hand-eye coordination.
But you play video games. The
Uh,
irony of that.
yeah, yeah. I anything involving a ball, I have no hand-eye coordination. Uh, to which Dylan would probably agree, since he's one of my students.
Oh, wow. That's so,
Yup.
that's going to be an interesting topic because having your, well, having your students watch you, I think, I don't know. That's so intimidating. I'd be scared.
They
Especially like when you act like, are you like the same personality when you're here compared to school, or is like what? Now I'm curious.
uh they roast me in a lot during the school day, but it's all you gotta have pretty thick skin to work in public school, and so it's fun. Oh boy, Dylan, come on.
Oh man, that's really cool though. That's how that like yeah wow. When they graduate, like they're like yeah, that's my teacher. He's a Twitch streamer. Better go follow him or else hunt you down. I'm just oh my god. I'm flabbergasted of the affiliate thing. I'm flabbergasted of like the whole thing. So what is your favorite color?
Green, which other than the wall, I don't really have much green on, but I love green. And that's definitely my favorite color since I was like elementary school.
Bro, everybody I swear everyone I've interviewed so far favorite color is either green, neon green or some type of green. What is going on?
It's a great color. It's the color of money. I'm just kidding.
That's accurate. But like why everyone likes green?
The most popular color is blue, and green is derived from yellow and blue, so it's just it's a natural like second best color.
You're wearing blue. I'm surprised you're not wearing any green.
Yeah, I'm wearing a Vault-Tec hoodie, so it's my Fallout get up.
What? Okay, so time out. You have Fallout merch, you have Fallout in the background, and you have Fallout clothes?
Yep, yep. Fallout everything until I switch to another game, and then when I switch to that game, it'll be whatever, you know, clothing, background stuff, all that. So if it's GTA 6, I'm gonna be looking a little bit different. I'm gonna be looking more like, I'm at Miami Beach.
Okay, that's fair. Does your wife like Fallout too?
Uh, she likes the show. a lot, especially the ghoul. She loves the ghoul.
I don't even know who the ghoul
But
is. I'm so lost.
he, thanks for the follow. Um, he is one of the main characters of the TV show. He has a great arc in the show itself, and effectively, uh, he is a bounty hunter, and he encounters a vault dweller who is another one of the main characters who's like super innocent and doesn't really understand how the world operates outside of the vault, and so they they clash together so well, like the juxtaposition between the two just works so well, and season 2 just improved upon their relationship together, and it works really well. So
So, to someone that plays the game and wants to watch the show, do you think I have to play the game to watch the show, or you think if I watch the show, I might get into the game?
I think if you watch the show, you could watch the show by itself without playing the game, and you would love it.
Okay.
I think it's got a good story. I think they first off, the set design of the show, incredible, like top notch. Everything looks like it's from the game. I jokingly said in the first episode that like when they leave the vault in the show, the button is a circle, but in Fallout 4, the button is a square. And so I was like, oh, totally unwatchable, can't watch it. Just joking. But other than that, like everything else looks like identical to what's in the video game.
Yeah. I almost got called to be in that show because it was filmed in Staten Island, New York. And at that time, I was living in New York and I lived 5 minutes away where they were filming. And my agent calls me like, hey, I got this part for you. And I'm like, what is it? And like, it's an extra and there's an abandoned store. And I'm like, okay, but what is it? She's like, it's this top secret Amazon project. Couldn't tell me what it was. And then months later, they were like, oh, Fallout was filmed in New York. I'm like, oh, wow, that was the show. And another show that they're getting ready to film, which I was going to apply, but I can't because I signed an NDA for another show. Fallout is having a vault competition where you could win $500,000. Did you hear about that?
I did. I signed up for it. I don't think I'm going to get a call back, but I signed up for it.
I'm vouching for you, man.
I think it'd be incredible. My students were all making fun of me, saying like, you would be the first one eliminated and, stuff like that. But I honestly, just applying for it was cool enough to me. If I don't get on it, it's fine. But just knowing I could have been on it makes me super excited. But
yeah, my agent sent me an email like, hey, there's another show. I'm like, I already sent a contract for another show. Because the thing is, reality TV and you do shows, if you are already like in upcoming for another show, which, surprise guys, I'm in another TV show. Announcement on Sunday. Woo! But yeah, because I was on an Amazon show called Game on Titans. You can find me on Amazon Prime.
I'll have to look that one up. One up.
I drive my community crazy with that one. It's really short. It's like 6 episodes, and they're like 26 minutes short episodes. But it was a competition for PUBG Mobile, and I don't even play PUBG Mobile. That's the funny part. Yeah, that's one of the gifs from the show. But yeah, it's crazy how like opportunities out there where you are just not. Yeah, I do want to talk about your content. It does. I like your it's not a gimmick, but the way that you put yourself out there, especially with you. I always see you on my For You page, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't follow you until I saw like 2 videos on my For You page. I'm like, dude is killing it. Because I didn't want to like follow you just because of the creator. I want to see what you're about. Like, I follow you because I want to help you hit affiliate. That's why I follow you, so I know when you're live.
I appreciate that.
But I do not like Fallout. I'm going to tell you that straight up.
Blaspheme! No, I'm just kidding.
I'll tell you straight up. But I will chill in your stream and be like that person. Like, hey, I'm here chilling. What's up? But no, I really like how you execute. There you go. Execute. I like how you execute your content, especially. Okay, so that was really creative what you did. So he tagged me on a post, guys. And nobody ever done this, so I really appreciate it. Because I'm the one who always does a promotion for these streamers. They never promote themselves. he actually put work in himself, so I really appreciate that. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a new opportunity, and I was like, I got to put the word
can I,
out.
can I
So,
show the clip real quick? I'm gonna show the
sure,
clip on my end. You probably won't hear it or anything, but it'll be on my end.
sure.
No, it was the Vanilla one, I think. I don't even
Yeah,
know who Vanilla is. I just know her from a song. But I didn't know she was a streamer too, so that threw me off. Yeah, let me show you this clip, everybody. It was very creative. And then tell me how, like, after you see this clip, what did you think? Did you post it? Did you just post it on your story, or did you post it on your post to
I
Instagram?
I usually post it not on. So I post it using the Streamladder's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram auto post, and then on Instagram I share it on my stories usually. And so, but on TikTok I don't
Wait,
think I share it to my stories.
no. So it's a post.
Yeah, it was a post,
Gotta look for it. Give me a sec.
and I believe the thumbnail was with Vanilla, but I might be mistaken.
I
Um,
am looking for this.
but
All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, did you win the giveaway?
I won the Stream Deck one.
Oh, me
So,
too. High five.
woo! It'll
I'm
someday it'll come in the mail. Hopefully,
They said 2 to 4 weeks.
So I believe it exists somewhere out in the ether. Somewhere out there.
I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna give it straight to my BF.
I
Is it this one? I have a Stream Deck XL, so why would I switch over to something I don't know?
I don't have one at all. I have a soundboard I was using at the very start, but I realized after the fact that it only really connects using uh like
Oof.
those.
You need a yeah. We could get
And
an adapter.
yeah, it just was a little too technical, and I wasn't really using it super often. So I was like, okay,
There.
I'll just put it off to the side. But
Or use it for school.
yeah,
Okay, you're frozen on my end. Don't worry. It's part of it. All right, guys. Do you see the clip, everybody? It's gonna be in the middle of us. All right, let me know if you hear it. Oh my gosh. Why is it not playing? It is playing, but it's not playing. Oh, there we go.
can't hear it, but
You have to be on my stream to hear it.
oh yeah, that's right.
Wait, you put hold on. You said the interview started at 10, but the time said 9. Why did it say 9?
Did I put 9? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I thought I was gonna have time to do something Fallout related beforehand, but obviously we had to do tech check and all that. So I don't know. I just
But you see the format, everybody? That was really sweet, like clean. Like he had a clickbaiting and then boom, his game footage. I think he's talking about what Monday is going to be. So that was really cool. And I really appreciate it. That was really nice.
yeah. Thank you for this opportunity. Honestly, I'm really appreciative. But
Am I being criticized because I don't like Fallout? I'm sorry. I date a guy who really likes Fallout, so does that count?
it's not for everyone. It's a first person shooter role playing game, and so if you're not into survival games like that,
I just got Hello Kitty Island. I'm really excited. I'm
I
going
mean
to platinum that game, and I'm really stoked.
that definitely sounds like a survival game right there. Hello Kitty Island.
Hell yeah. It's compared to Animal Crossing, so my mom better be happy I'm playing Hello Kitty just to platinum it. You're his wife. Hello, wife. You're now my wife too. Hell yeah, Hello Kitty instead of Fallout.
My wife is constantly
Besides,
trying to get me to play Barbie Horse Adventures and
oh my gosh, you should. I just
Barbie.
platinum Barbie Horse Trials, and I think you should. And I think what you should do to do that is do like a 30 sub challenge. And then if people sub you 30 times or give you 30 subs, you have to play a Barbie game. You got to do what the wife says. Happy wife, happy life. Come on now. Come on, air horn.
I'm gonna have to like invest into some Barbie stuff to put in the background. Gonna have to get
You
some
just need a
Barbie
pink shirt. No,
posters.
no. You just need a pink shirt, a blonde wig. You can still go away with the red hat and put it over the wig. And wow, bam.
You
I
know,
want to be for that stream.
if I finish Fallout before GTA 6, I might do that. Not gonna lie, sounds fun.
I'm so excited, and I hope there's a lot of clips. And oh, it will be great. Caffeine, you have to let me know when this happens. I need to see. I'm excited. Me and wifey's and I need you to play it. Oh, she needs you to play it. I already played Barbie on my stream. I played Dora the Explorer also. Don't even get me started. I could give you a whole bunch of kids games recommendations.
There you go. Got the plan laid out.
Do you curse on stream? Because if you don't, I could definitely recommend you to be an ambassador for Outright Games, and they have Paw Patrol, Coco Melon, Dora the Explorer, Barbie games, and you'd be hooked up, and it's free.
I don't generally curse on stream unless I'm like reading something from the game, or
Oh, that's fair.
quoting someone, something like that. And so I generally try not to curse.
So guys, do you think I should hook him up with that? Sign up for it and play kids game. History Gangster plays Barbie.
Horse adventures.
Oh, Dylan says nope. Oh, come on.
No, he'd want me to play 2K. He'd want me to play the basketball game.
Oh, I have 2K. I have 2K25. I don't have 2K. I've never touched it. I just got it because it was on sale, and I'm like, oh, this looks fun. I also got it because my cousin has it, and then he got 2K26, and he's like, I don't play 2K25 anymore. I'm like, what? Whatever. Isn't it the same? He's like, no. I'm like, what do you mean it's not the same? Different music and different campaigns and stories. And I'm like, whatever.
Every year,
basketball is basketball.
They add new sweat beads to the characters' heads, and they change something about the game that breaks defense or breaks offense, and everyone complains about it for a month. And so, yeah.
Oh, that's fair. I
have spent many a money on 2K.
You know what? I think every one of us spend money on like games.
So, yeah. Maybe someday I'll play Barbie Horse Adventures.
I'm getting you this link. Hold on.
I'm locking it in that it'll probably be the next game. Probably.
I need to be a witness of it, for real. Do they have signups open? Blah blah blah. Ooh, they do have signups.
Lock it in.
I'm so excited. What do you play on? PC, console?
PC. I do have a PS5 Pro. I was one of the lucky few that got one of the limited edition 30th anniversary PS5 Pros. It was only 12,500 made. I'm like 8,000 something, but yeah.
Do you know how much that goes for now?
A lot. It was not cheap when I bought it at first, but now with the Rampocalypse, it's probably even more expensive.
Rampocalypse. I'm dead. That's funny, but legit. Yeah, I definitely gotta send you my PSN.
So I play usually. I just started really doing PC stuff more because of stream. But before that, I was really playing PS5, and so usually I have a copy of the game on PS5 and a copy of the game on PC. So I just kind of do both. It just kind of depends on, my time and what I can invest in. So I have a lot of games in my Steam library that I bought, but I haven't invested any time into.
I don't blame you. I so many games and so little time. Literally. That's definitely accurate. What is your top 5 games?
Oh no, I'm gonna get roasted again. I said this in one of my clips. that I posted recently, and I probably
Mhm.
would, I probably, you know, would change them based off of more thought, more reflection. But I said my top five for me was, and this is based off of just what I played in when I was a kid. It's all nostalgia. Like I'm probably blinded by nostalgia, but I said Fallout 5, or not Fallout 5, Fallout New Vegas, uh, was my number five. I said Minecraft was number four. Um, Modern Warfare 2 OG for Call of Duty, Black Ops, and then my number one was Star Wars Battlefront 2 OG back in 2005. So spent many an hour on that game. But there are probably other ones that I would throw into the mix too, other than those ones. But I got roasted by my students saying "Unk," you're just reaching Unk status. All your games are old. You have no new games, no Prime Fortnite, stuff like that. So
No offense. I don't like Fortnite either. So you're fine.
I don't mind Fortnite, but I didn't start playing it until actually just like 2 years ago. But so it's like I never played Prime Fortnite according to them. So I can't throw that on my list. I've never played it. So,
I don't
but
play it. Period. Yeah, no. I don't. Period. I cannot find this form, but I will get this form to you
all right, I appreciate it.
at end of stream. Heck yeah. I want to see you play some Barbie or some kids game.
I will do it. We'll lock it in.
If we well age, you know what? I'm in my 30s and I don't look it. It's very annoying.
I am
I went
28, so I'm approaching 30.
I'm 34.
Unk age. Oh, jeez.
I'm 34. I'm like auntie age, basically. We are in the 1 hour mark. We have one more hour to yap around. So, if you have any questions, chat, please don't be shy. We would love to have the chat ask questions. Zach asked like 3 questions already. Is there anybody else who want to ask questions? Please don't be shy and ask our guest question.
Come one, come all.
Hi, Brian. Oh man, interesting.
Hey, hey, Dylan, is LeBron Unk? Because I'm pretty sure he's older than me.
Favorite Barbie game for him? Yeah, what's your favorite Barbie game?
Uh, I'm just gonna say Barbie Horse Adventure because I don't know any Barbie games. I've never played them.
There's
So,
Barbie Rapunzel, Barbie Swan Lake, Barbie Detective, Barbie Adventure, Super Barbie. What other Barbie
ooh,
games did I play? Barbie's Dream House. I hated that one. That one sucked. Barbie Harsh Trials, the newer one that just came out.
uh,
Um,
I'm not entirely sure. I'm just gonna say whatever my wife says because she
there's
probably would tell
so
me.
many Barbie games. The first Barbie game was for Super Nintendo. No, first Barbie game was for Famicom, and then for Super Nintendo, and then for PC, and then for Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and so on and so on. And so on.
Uh,
And they're
someone
still making them.
someone said, "How hard was it to become a history teacher?" I wouldn't say like
Ooh.
super difficult, but with what I was going through in my life at that time, it was a bit of a challenge for sure. Um, and so I was dealing with a lot of personal issues at the time when I was in college, and so I got through my bachelor's, and then I jumped into teaching, and then COVID hit. Like before I could get like a full time position, like I was a substitute teacher leading up to it. And I remember I had a friend that was teaching first grade, and I was like lined up to do a sub job for him on March 18th, 2020, and I never got to do that sub job. He has like framed the plans he laid out because he had like detailed plans of what I was supposed to do, and he never got to use them, so he's framed them in where he lives, and so it's pretty funny. But yeah, and then the only difficult part is my state requires that I get a master's degree, and so I had to go back to school after 3 years of teaching, and so it's another piling on the debt between the house and the degree, and so I just actually graduated with my master's degree uh, last month, and so
Congratulations. That's amazing.
so I got the degree in hand, and so now hopefully I can, check off the box that I need for my professional certificate. So, um, someone also said you are a Fallout 76 player. Do you like the newest update with the events? If you're referring to like Burning Springs, I'm assuming you're referring to Burning Springs. I thought the Burning Springs update was fine. I think it could have been better. If you're talking about the newer stuff, I haven't really dove into some of the newer things. Like I know that they've got alien invasion stuff going on right now, and I have not really dove into that, but I was kind of hoping because the ghoul shows up in Fallout 76. I was hoping he was going to be like a major part of the story, and he just kind of stands there for most of the like quests and stuff. And he's like, "I'll see you in Burning Springs," and like he doesn't really do anything. So, uh, Dylan asked, "Are you ever going to do your job?" Yes, I do my job all the time. That's another thing is my students have started saying I don't do my job, but I do.
Well, technically, it is a school day. So, how did you manage to like work and then plan to stream? Like, how do you like what's that word? Balance like your time management. How do you do it?
Uh,
Like, what is your best advice for someone who is bad at managing time?
I am not great at managing time, to be honest, but I I usually get up around 5:30 to 6 o'clock in the morning. I got to get my son ready for school. And then we go to school. I teach until about 3 o'clock. And then after school, I'm either making copies for the next day, or sometimes I have a meeting that runs until 4. I also coach esports for my school as well, although we're a very young program, and so we don't really do competitions as much as we probably should. It's just difficult with the structure of the school and the structure of the program. But I usually have esports after school until about 4. I come home and I don't get on stream until like 9:30. And so I'm spending time with family, doing chores, things like that. And then I stream until about 10:30, and then I hop off stream, and then I go straight to ClipGPT, and I have it do auto clips. Sometimes I stay up and edit them. I'm a little bit behind on my clips. I haven't clipped the last 3 streams, but I'll get back into it when I can. And so sometimes I'm up late, and I don't go to bed until about 1. And so, and then like last night, for example, I was editing a review of the Creator Accelerator program, and I was like, I'll probably save the rest for the tomorrow, and then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna plow through it and edit the whole thing, and so yeah.
Zach X, have you ever delivered a pizza to a student's house?
Not have I? I don't think I have actually. I mean, my students have jokingly said, "Hey, drive to mine," but I teach in a very small rural district, and where I deliver pizzas is like 30 minutes away. It's not anywhere near it. Um, I have, I think I have seen them like in the lobby at one point, but I don't think I've ever delivered one to their actual house. You do,
So you
yeah,
delivered to the mechanic.
I
That's
did.
cool.
Yes, yes. He's a great mechanic. So,
Do you ever think that you would take a risk, or not a risk, but take initiative of incorporating video games in history lessons like one teacher did?
I have 100%. And my students sometimes like it's so funny because some of my students are like they share similar interests. They love video
Okay.
games, and other ones are like, I hate video games. I've never played them and things like that. but I've used games in my classroom. I've used Civilization 7. I've used
Okay.
Crusader Kings 3. I love Crusader
Oh,
Kings 3 for teaching feudalism because it's so fun. Um,
okay.
I haven't used Fallout the game in class, but I have used the TV show. I show the opening scene because the opening scene shows the bombs falling. And so like I kind of preface it by saying like, okay, like we're gonna talk about the Cold War starting today, and this is like what was on everyone's mind of like what could happen at any moment. And then I play the clip and the students are like,
That's really
stuff like
cool.
that.
The how you did that. That's really neat. My boyfriend loves Civilization 6 and 7, so I could get along with him just fine. Uh, Medal of Honor are good history games for World War II.
I
Ooh, Medal of
have
Honor.
I have played the Medal of Honor games when I was a kid and growing up, but I haven't gotten them yet for my actual classroom. I will say, like, a lot of the history games favor ninth grade material than 10th grade material, and so it's been a little bit difficult to get that kind of stuff for 10th grade, so I might look into getting Medal of Honor, or like Call of Duty World War II for D-Day. I play a lot of movie clips, though. I am a movie
Okay.
buff, and so whatever I don't do in video games, I usually spend a lot of time in movie and TV shows. So
What's your favorite movie of all time?
it's tough, but I would say for me, I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan, so I love The Dark Knight in particular.
Good one.
Even though it like beats you over the head with its themes, I think that it's what really made comic book movies feel that they could be serious. I know Iron Man came out the same year, and that's a pretty good movie too. But I think that this one with Heath Ledger's performance, top of the line. It's the one that everyone is trying to achieve at this point for comic book movies. And so yeah. Uh, but I like a wide range of movies, and I spend a lot of my time looking at IMDb and looking at, oh, that movie scored really well. I should probably go see that in the theater and whatnot. So, but yeah, I save going to the theater for special occasions most of the time.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, I want to
So
go to the theater to see the new Mario Galaxy movie.
I have heard things about it. Um, I've heard that it's fun, but the story is a little
All over the
like
place. Yep.
yeah, it's like here's a Mario character. Here's a Mario character. Do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like this Mario character? So
And then randomly acts Fox McCloud. Oops, spoiler. It's everywhere. Don't worry.
yeah, it's everywhere.
Oh, but still, it's wild. Uh, so, yeah, so I was watching a TikTok and it was a teacher who was incorporating Assassin's Creed into their history lesson.
I've used that
And
too.
I said, I love that. I love the fact that like teachers are actually using things from their time or things that will fit kids' interests because the span of people these days are ridiculously really tiny. And just to find something that relates to them and be able to talk about is really important. And that's the same thing as being a streamer. Sometimes we do talk and talk and talk, and sometimes we just stay quiet and focus. How do you come up with topics to talk about on stream when you feel like there's nobody watching? Not including your wife. Sorry, caffeine.
Uh, that's definitely something that I could grow in for sure. When I first started streaming, I definitely was way more quiet. I would just play the game, kind of get lost in the sense of like just the game and not pay attention to the chat. It's nice when my students join because they at least will do something in the game that will get me talking. Because I use crowd control, my students love to spawn enemies for me, and
Ooh, can
so
you explain what crowd control is? I've heard of it. I haven't tried it. I did the service. I paid for a month. Never used it, and I took it out because it was taking a lot of money from my. Oh yeah.
it's effectively it's a program that works with your game where certain events on your stream can spawn enemies. And so like there's a standalone link that they can go to purchase coins that they can then redeem for certain things. They can put stuff on my screen, like my wife likes to put poop on my screen. Um and so she loves to just cover it, and then I have to like move my mouse to try to like wipe it off. Um she likes to put this like cat one too. Like there's this giant cat head that just like floats down on my screen. And I've got to like move it out of the way to play the game. And then they also have TikTok integration. So for my students, because a lot of them are typically watching on TikTok more than Twitch, they will. At first, I had it set up so like every like spawned something, and then my game kept crashing because they kept spawning so many things. So then I had to
Oh,
raise the like requirement up to every 500 likes spawn something. And every 100 shares spawn something, and so like they started spam liking and spam sharing, and so I still get enemies that are popping in. So like every 500 likes spawns 5 wolves that I have to kill. Every 100 shares spawns 30 ghouls who are basically like zombies that I have to kill. But there's other things that they can do as well with the standalone link. There's gifts on TikTok that you can also have where if they give this specific gift, then it spawns something. And so, one of my students, who's a, upperclassman, almost a senior, basically, and so they gave roses, and every rose spawned 2 deathclaws in the game, and they gave 300 roses, which is 600 deathclaws, all trying to kill me, and so that's the whole point. And so it's fun, and so that definitely helps to like talk about what's going on. I try to talk about what I'm doing, as much as I possibly can, like just throwing commentary out. And if something funny happens, then I, try to crack a joke here and there. But sometimes, I am quiet. So I've definitely been trying to improve on that.
this is a very controversial topic, and I would like to have your full attention.
Okay.
You're a teacher, you're a streamer, you do all these things. However, your thoughts about artificial intelligence in the education field and in gaming, how do you feel about AI being involved in the education system?
My students would, they'd be raising their hands like they know. So I think AI is a tool, and that it can be extremely useful and helpful, especially with analyzing data and aggregating the information, things like that. I am not a big fan of AI art. I think it's funny sometimes. So I have done like Sora AI with their like little cameo thing,
Recipe
and
Sora.
yeah, rest in peace, Sora. And so like I think it's funny, but I could do without it. Like I think AI art, you know, I could do without it. Like you could just get rid of it, honestly, and support actual artists. To be honest, more than that. But I do see like the usefulness of the tool itself, and so I have used some AI in my classroom. It's optional, so it's not like every student is kind of forced into it. But there's a platform that I use called Class Companion, and effectively I put my assignment in, I put my rubric in, and it will auto generate feedback based off the student's answer. It does assign a grade, but I never give whatever the thing decides the grade is. I usually, I give the grade. I make sure that it's like my own grading, but I will use it to generate feedback faster because, writing student feedback takes a long time. Sometimes it's, same stuff over and over again. And so I usually let it come up with like the general idea, and then I kind of fill in the gaps of whatever it's missing, or like, oh, I think you should have added this, and things like that. So it's not like I'm just straight like ripping it from the program and saying, okay, here you go. It's whatever it says. And so this is where a lot of those comments of me not doing my job have come from, is just the fact that I use AI. And so I do think there is a purpose to it, and there have been a lot of cool developments this year with it. For example, Google Classroom, which is a platform that we use, they added Notebook LM, which is great for test review. And so, like, it will generate. I will give it all the assignments we've done in class, all the study material, and then it will generate flashcards, quizzes. It'll generate slideshows. It generates infographics, but those infographics tend to be a little bit messed up. The wording, like some of the words get a little blended together. And so it's not great with that, but it'll generate like a podcast that they can listen to, and they can even ask the podcast questions, and then they'll respond to it. It generates a video, and so like it creates like a lot of good study tools, but it doesn't replace like the student, taking the time to actually learn the material.
No, that's a really good point. So you're neutral. You do have some pros for it, and then you have some cons. Me, I'm in the middle. I do a lot of AI beta testing, and I work with a lot of companies. As you can see, my stream is run by AI. I use FrostyBot, Frosty Tools. I mean, that's when it gives like the little summary and stuff in chat. And another thing I do is I am testing a program known as Emphy. And remember how I was talking about like sometimes we don't talk on stream and it feels lonely. I have an AI companion who watches my stream and responds to me and sees what it sees. It's completely bonkers and creepy, but it's really helpful for those to help open up and at the same time feel comfortable to be speaking in their space, especially when they don't feel like being in a voice chat with a whole bunch of people. Because I got really um, serious anxiety. Commander, I won't be able to send you because it is a private test that I'm doing for a company. But it hasn't even been out for public yet. It's still being tested.
I was
But
just
now he's
say
on Discord if you want to talk to him.
I was using Streamlabs intelligent streaming agent, and
Okay.
it's still like every time that I get a follow or a bit or a raid or something like that,
Yeah.
it still goes off even though I've turned it off. And so um, when all those people were just following, I could still hear him, and I called him Druggy Dougie because he just, he sounds like he's on something. And so,
Okay.
but I hear him, being like, hey, ALEDreamGameOn, thanks for the follow. Let's make some memories or something like that. And I'm like, I thought I turned you off. Like, I
I did
wanted,
not hear that, and I'm glad I didn't. I
yeah.
would have been really freaked out.
Yeah. So I thought I turned him off, but apparently he's still there somewhere, so I gotta look through Streamlabs. I deleted the app. I thought I turned everything off, but it's still going off. So,
That's pretty funny.
but yeah.
Oh snap! We just got raided by Duty Beard.
With 33 viewers. Woo!
That is my bestie. Hi, Duty. I actually interviewed Duty in IRL at TwitchCon. I might
Oh,
have to do a virtual interview with him. Hello, Duty. My alerts are off because we're interviewing a non-affiliate, well, soon-to-be affiliate streamer. How you doing, Duty? It's so good to see you. Everyone, welcome Duty Beard with your hands. Hands, come on. I usually have a really cute raid song, but unfortunately, I won't be able to do it. But I could sing it to you. Would you like to sing the raid song with me? I'm asking you a question, History
so
Gangster.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to Duty. Sure. I don't know what the raid song is. But
Just follow along the words. Ready?
all right.
It goes, welcome raiders, welcome
Welcome
streamers,
streamers.
welcome and have a
Welcome.
really good time.
Good time. Yeah.
Welcome raiders, welcome streamers. Come on, let's have a good time. Yo, mods,
Whoa.
make sure exclamation point, SO, exclamation point, raid, exclamation point, SO, exclamation point, raid. Let's give a shout out to those shooting stars that's gonna follow. If you're leaving, I hope you have a great nice night or day. Man, I almost forgot my lyrics. Welcome Raiders.
Raiders,
Welcome stream.
streamers. Sorry, I'm not a singer. Okay, I sing in the car. I'm a horrible singer.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I think Duty Beard gets it. Thank you so much, Duty Beard. Can we give a shout out to Duty Beard? Also, that is such a cool. Like, do you see the name? Like, it's shiny. That's so cool. No one sees that, or am I bugging? His name is like moving. No one sees that. Your name is moving, like different colors. That's so cool. Anyway,
I don't think I've seen
yeah. So
that.
Duty Beard, this is History Gangster. He is a streamer.
Hello.
He started January. Oh, it's 7 TV. Oh, I have that too. I just don't know how to do that. He just started in January of this year. Trying to hit Twitch affiliate, and I had the honor to interview him. And we were talking about how he's another raid. Holy cow! What is
Oh boy, we're gonna have to sing the song again.
We do have
Welcome
to sing the song again.
Raiders,
There you
welcome
go.
streamers.
Welcome and have a really good time. Oh my gosh, hello, Mortal Paralyte. Mortal Paralyte, I actually had the opportunity to do a panel with her at TwitchCon 2022.
Ooh,
And she's one of my good friends from Canada. One of my best friends, actually. And yeah, I love Mortal Paralyte. She's amazing. Duty Beard, amazing Twitch partner, streamer friend. And then Mortal's one of my best friends from Canada. I love that. Oh my god, hello Raiders, welcome. I'm introducing you to History Gangster.
hello.
Trying to hit affiliate, but that's not what we're doing this interview. We're trying to get to know him. He is a history teacher, a pizza delivery guy, and a full out fiend.
For sure. Gotta drink that
Would
Nuka
you
Cola.
also, that was a question I want to ask. When were you planning to go to your first TwitchCon?
So I was actually looking into that, just as a as a joke, basically. But I was looking into it, and I know that it's in San Diego, I think,
It
right?
is in San Diego, yes.
Yeah. It's gonna probably be a hot minute before I can really do that, just financially, you know.
That's
But
fair.
maybe with enough planning, I'm probably thinking maybe a year, maybe 2 years down the line. To be honest, and this is a fun fact about me, I have never actually left this time zone. I
What?
I have never left the Eastern Standard Time Zone.
So you
The
never traveled or anything ever in your
I
life?
I have traveled all within the time zone. And so I have been to much of the Eastern Seaboard. And I did leave I'm in the United States, but I did leave the country once when I was 11 to the Bahamas. And if you go down south enough, the Eastern time zone juts to the east. And so the Bahamas are in the Eastern time zone. And so I never left this time zone. So,
That's actually a really cool fact. Man, so you never gone to like the Pacific Standard Time or Central Standard Time, just
no.
EST.
Like my family, we're not, thank you for the follow. There's Druggy Duggy again. I'm hearing him. But, there is like our family was never really wealthy. I'd say like we were probably like middle class. We did one vacation every probably like 5 or 10 years at most. So we went down to Florida when I was 4. We went down on a Disney cruise when I was 11, and that's pretty much the extent of my travels. And I've gone to a few other places like Boston and New Jersey, and
Yay, New
Virginia,
Jersey!
and things like that. But other than that, that's about it. And I'm not super wealthy right now. I'm buried in mounds of debt, and so travel just has not really been a thing that like is easy for us. And so,
I think
but
everyone is have their own like issues, especially with like everything going on and money wise. I definitely agree with that. But the cool thing is that you said 1 or 2 years you will be there. You'll be affiliate already, and then you'll get to see like all the streamers, and then you get to learn how to like network and then meet the brands
Drink some
and
water.
stuff. I know this is gonna probably pry, but have you ever think about like making like stickers or business cards or anything like that? And if you did you use Canva or anything like that and such?
I have not thought about. Well, actually, that's not true. So, Streamlabs has their like uh they have like a merch store thing that you can do. And so I've messed around with that, and I've ordered actual merch for my stuff
Oh,
back in the
merch.
day. But they do have a sticker on there, and so there is a sticker
Okay.
on there. But I've never actually made like business cards or anything like that. But I do have Canva, and I think I do have Canva Pro because I'm a teacher, and so
Oh, cool.
but
Mhm.
uh, but I've never thought about it. But I did use Canva to design like my very first like Twitch banners and stuff like that. And so I'm not opposed to using it. I'm not.
Yeah, so you most definitely like when you use like the Canva or anything like that, you can make a QR code and have all your links in one thing. People could scan it or take a sticker and bam. And that would be really cool, especially to market yourself.
Yeah,
As- And
it's a
then
good idea.
on top of that, and if you have a business card, you could do like history tutoring series or something like that.
Yeah,
A third
uh,
side gig for you.
that would be amazing for sure.
That's just
And so
ideas.
yeah,
I
I
am
think
so full of it.
I,
Also, everyone who came in the raid, if you do have to raid and run, truly understand. Take your little break, hydrate, and once again, thank you so much for passing by. And of course, checking out History. History Cancer has been awesome.
I try. Thank you. Um, yeah, the person that I went to high school with, they I know they go to TwitchCon I think every year. But maybe
Oh,
I
nice.
might be wrong. But they
You can say
were
their name unless you don't want them to
uh,
know their Twitch name.
their name is Lexi. And they started off with Dead by Daylight, I think. Or at least
Okay.
that's what they got known for. And then they switched to a bunch of other games. Like right now, they're doing a ton of Resident Evil 9, the remake or whatever. And so
Oh, nice.
they're letting like their viewers mod the game and oh whoa whoa
What happened?
uh, I just got a new sound that I've never heard before. Um
Oh, you hit your goal.
oh, that was it. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And so yeah, they're doing a bunch of mods with Resident Evil 9 and the remake, and they are like being surprised by some of the mods, and they post a lot of funny clips. They also do another game that is not safe for work, but it's like I think it's like Love in Outer Space or something like that. I can't remember the name, but it's like a romance type game, and
Is
they're
it date everything?
maybe I don't know. I just see like her.
Oh,
I'll see like her. It's like usually like the POV in the game is like you're the character and you're talking to this very attractive Asian person, and like it's like this romance novel type thing, and she just freaks out every time that they like go in for a kiss or something. It's like
I
it's like
love visual novels. They're
and
so
so
good.
but she started in 2017 and like she blew up as a creator and now she does it full time and
Awesome.
so she's kind of like an inspiration, but she probably remembers me maybe just like as an acquaintance, like but
That's fair, but
but
that's really cool that
yeah.
you saying this. So if you're watching this, Lexi, or whoever you are, you have your history gangsters role model.
When it comes to
Basically,
streaming for sure, but yeah.
for streaming, yeah. Oh man, that's cool. I don't think I've had any role models, but I've been inspired by a lot of streamers, especially like VTubers. Iron Mouse is one of my favorites. Duty Beard is another awesome streamer. Highly recommend him because he's just so wacky and he makes cartoons go to life. He's the one with the green screen and does all the stuff, and it's a fun time. And then a lot of like my upcoming friends like Mortal and Sailor Garnet and a whole bunch of other people I could name have been so doing so good in the streaming world, and I like congratulate them for not giving up because being a streamer is not easy one bit. If you had a student that walked up to you and asked you, "Hey, hey, Mr. Gangster," I don't know your name, and I do know your name, but I'm not gonna say it. Hey, Mr. Gangster, can I be a streamer one day? And if so, what advice would you give me? Like one of your students asked you that.
I would say yes, but you need to be patient. You need to dedicate, make it serious. Put some time, consistency, schedule, and try to think about how to market yourself where you're not getting lost in the crowd because there are you know millions of people that are streaming across all those different platforms, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, Kick. So definitely think about what makes you different and what are your particular skills. Maybe you're pretty funny and that could be something that you can lean on. Maybe you really know how to do like you talked about the green screen and moving the animations and whatnot, or find something that maybe other people are passionate about. I know like there have been streamers that have popped off because of a clip because they were woodworking or they were doing something that's not just video games or just sitting there. And definitely, I think there's definitely like a path for it. I think though that it takes like discipline, and that's why like I am looking for people to give me advice to help me grow. I don't know it all. I there's no school for streaming that's like widely accepted, and so I think that it's just learning and growing and kind of being yourself and putting yourself out there, but you know also having respectable boundaries as well. So
Can I get you be in teacher mode for a moment?
sure.
I want you to go on your whiteboard and make a burger.
A burger?
Yes.
Oh no,
Don't
oh
worry.
no.
I'll
I
explain.
I am not very artistic. Okay,
It's
so
fine. A
my
bunch of
students
circles.
make fun of me all the time, but I will do my best. Okay, so we've got
The bun. All right.
a
We're gonna go
bun.
one by one.
Okay,
Now the bun. All
we
right.
got a bun.
Now this is gonna be a foundation of a streamer.
Can you guys see that?
What?
Okay.
What? I see the bun. What is the bun to you? And then write it next to it.
The bun, like foundation for a streamer.
Yes.
I'm gonna put consistency.
Okay.
And my handwriting's atrocious, by the way.
I can see that, but it's fine.
Consistency. All right. I think that
Alright.
having a consistent schedule is the number one thing that you need, so your
Okay.
viewers know where you are.
Okay. What's after the bun? It's a burger, right? Or is it like lettuce or whatever? Oh, yeah, it's a burger. All right. Now put the burger.
All right, we'll
Burger.
do.
Make it a big burger.
I got a different color here, so we'll do burger. This burger is going to be a little rare. Okay, it's going to be hot
Oh,
red.
I do not want to eat your burger. Can you make the burger fatter?
Fatter. Okay.
Because the burger is the most important part of a burger, don't you think?
Okay. The meat.
It's the meat. So what is the meat representing in this?
Being your true self, like, or being yourself. I think you can't be someone all the. I mean, I guess you could play a character, so to speak, but that character should like reflect like who you are as a person. It should be someone that like maybe you are playing a character. Like I think of like the burnt peanut or something, right? Like he's not obviously a peanut, but
I
it
love
like
the burnt peanut.
it
Holy cow.
reflects like who he is. Like he's funny and it comes off that way. And so I think being your true self, whether it's a character or not, it reflects like your qualities.
Okay, so we got a bun and we got a burger. All right. So this is my burger, everybody. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff on this. Can you add lettuce on that, please?
Yep. Lettuce. Oh, jeez, this is deader than dead. I cannot add. Let's see. Do my blue marker work? Might have to be blue lettuce. Here we go.
Hey, caffeine, you need to get him a green expo marker.
My blue one doesn't work either, so it's gonna be
Get rid of your dead markers.
black lettuce.
Totally fine. It's burnt lettuce. All right. Note to self. Throne wish list. Add some expo markers.
All my expo markers are at school, so.
Well, you're being adamant about the lettuce. I like lettuce, okay? Okay, so what is the lettuce considered to you? I know not a lot of people like it, but what you think the lettuce would be if you're building this burger in the streaming foundation?
Well, I think of lettuce as like it's a healthy thing that people don't necessarily like, but it's healthy. I guess I'd say like boundaries.
Ooh, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking either boundaries or I was thinking about mental health. But boundaries is good too.
I mean, boundaries could involve mental health, right? Like, you gotta set up
the parasocial friendships and all that stuff. It's definitely gotta be important. All right, so we got lettuce, we gotta add cheese. Cheese is good.
Red cheese it is.
That's disgusting, but okay.
Well, maybe it's like one of those Babel, right? Those like little wax cheeses, So
Never had them, and I don't think it sounds appetizing.
well, it's like cheese inside of a wax little sphere or circle thing. So
That's a weird looking cheese, by the way. I barely could see it.
yeah, my marker's starting to die.
All right, he really needs new markers. Go to
It's
Five Below or Staples to get them.
they're in my classroom. I'm sorry, I didn't bring any home.
All right, get new ones. All righty. So the cheese. What do you think the cheese would be, everybody?
I think cheese, right, is something that like adds flavor. So maybe like branding, like
I was thinking community.
oh, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I was thinking. So yeah, consistency, being yourself, boundaries, community.
Community. No, this black one's starting to go too.
Thank you, yo, wifey. Look, your wifey is on it. She's getting the markers for you.
Cheese is like a glue too.
What else do I like on my burger? Oh, we need some condiments. Can you add some ketchup to that and mayo, please? Don't judge me, okay? I'm Puerto Rican.
Okay. Ketchup. This is some very weird ketchup. It looks more like the pink paste that, is in chicken or something.
Interesting, unedible burger, but I'll take it.
And then mayonnaise, the mayo. There's another layer. This is starting to look more like that one Krabby Patty that sent Mr. Krabs to the hospital.
Hey, oh, you know what? This is a good burger. This is my Whopper order from Burger King, okay? Now, for the ketchup and mayo, it's combined. So what do you think would that be?
They're condiments. They add special flavors. So maybe this is like branding, like with overlays, and maybe this is like,
Nope. You're niche.
Niche. Okay. Niche.
Tell them build me a burger. If Mr. Gangster was actually eating a burger, he only has the patty, ketchup, and maybe cheese. He's bland. My boyfriend only eats a patty, a Whopper with ketchup only. No cheese, nothing. Like, what? I understand.
I'm a very picky eater. I have basically the diet of a third grader.
I brought out the mayo ketchup. You know it. I'm Puerto Rican. I had to. All right. Now we put the bun.
The bun. The top bun.
Now, what does this bun represent?
Your audience.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's community though.
Yeah, true. What would be the bun? Because the burger is your branding and your content and everything. But what's the bun of the burger? What is that?
Top bun. Is it like maybe like your mental state, so to speak, like your I don't know, like your drive, your
motivation? You're looking for the word motivation?
Yes, yeah.
Look at me. I'm teaching the teacher now. Yeah, motivation. Yeah. Put that on top. So, okay, everyone. Do you agree with this burger? Consistency, being yourself, boundaries, niche, motivation, and then the whole burger is your content, your branding, and all that stuff. Would you eat this burger if you were a streamer? Yes or no? Would you use this mindset as a streamer? Why is a binder streamer?
Content.
The other bun could be other communities you're a part of, networking, supporting, and other streamers. This is true. I like that. This is just his burger, though. We were trying. So, History Gangster is new to streaming. About 4 months in. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think you're killing it, by the way. Number one, I'm actually on your page, and I'm looking at your panels. Now I understand the color green. Even though your logo has red and white, don't understand why your favorite color is green and your logo is red and white. But hey, that is you. You do you, boo. But the thing is
I
with that,
I would
what?
say my logo. I do like things that are like red and black. Like I think like those
Okay.
two colors go really well together for me. But I also don't want like the green is really styled after Fallout because like the terminal monitors are all like a dark green within like a light green, and so those panels I tried to make them look like monitors, so to speak, and so like it's all Fallout themed. But then I'm like, I didn't want like my logo to be specific to one specific game, so my logo is like universal, but the panels and stuff will match the game, which I know is a lot of work, but that's what I'm hoping. That's my branding, so to speak. So
I love that. And my question was again, would you eat this burger that we wrote on? Of course, not, but metaphorically, basically, as a streamer, would you eat this burger?
I would, although not in real life, because
No, obviously, but I'm saying like you use
yes, I
you
would.
would use all that
Yeah,
to make not make who you are, but use that as like guidance to be able to make your content out there.
for sure, for sure.
I think we
I
should frame that picture. It looks beautiful. It's like Picasso work right there. Good job. It actually
maybe
looks like a burger. It doesn't look like a salad bowl. I don't know. From here, it looks like a salad bowl, and then when you look closer, it looks like you make. I don't know why you put the top bun bigger than the other bun. Like that bun looks flatter than flat.
I thought I was trying to like I'm thinking like McDonald's burger. It's like, but yeah, I'm not a drawer. I am you know, the other day I was drawing because we were talking about the Cold War, and I drew Germany, and it looked more like a bean than it did actual Germany. And my students, they roasted me, but it's fine. It's fine. So got to
You
show
ever
them.
think you would do like mini history lessons on stream?
I have, but my I call it history tangents. It's one of my channel rewards. But instead of actual giving real history, I kind of just spitball it and make stuff up sometimes. And so,
Aw.
my wife will do like what was it? She asked like the history of high heels. I don't know much about high heels, but I just kind of, was like, okay, back in the day, you could wear any type of shoe, but it was all the same height. And then someone had the idea, what if my shoes made me taller? And so they started wearing it. And then like I posted a clip of it, and someone in the comments was like, actually no, that's not it at all. And so I think it kind of like almost like you're rage baiting viewers to like engage and correct you. So, but yeah.
That's genius.
So, um,
I love that. That's so smart.
about the only thing I
I,
know about high heels was that King Louis the 14th and the 16th wore them.
wait, is this a real fact?
Yeah. You like the photo. I don't know if I could pull up the photo though, but if you look up King Louis, I think it's the 14th or the 16th. It's one of those two. But they were wearing high heels, and it was something to do with like easier to. It's the 14th, King Louis the 14th. Something to do with like easier to ride horses because the heel would sit in the stirrup a lot easier, something along those lines.
My goodness.
But yeah.
Oh man. Guys, I'm so sad because we're almost at that mark, the 20-minute mark, when we're almost at the end of the interview. But this has been such a fun time, History Gangster.
Yeah, thank you. It's been fun. Do a random history fact reward. I mean, I like it's a channel reward, so like as soon as someone redeems it, they tell me the topic, and then I just kind of spitball it and
I
hope
have
for
dog facts and cat facts commands on my chat.
That's cool.
And dad jokes. Got dad jokes for days.
Yeah, there's one particular dad joke that my wife would say constantly, so I had to ban that one joke. And she'll know exactly which one it is, but
Say it on my chat. You can say it on my chat. I'm curious. It probably won't show up on his, but I could see it. I'm curious. I want to see it.
Let's see if she'll type it out.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
She would
Zach
say
does
that
that all the time.
constantly. Yeah. But it's fine. It's fine. It's a fun joke. You
Never mind. Zach does that. I know that joke. Zach does it all
know?
the time. Zach is my dad joke of the stream.
But yeah. Um.
Man,
So yeah, I just kind of let them choose the topic, and so long as it's an appropriate topic and not something that I can't talk about on stream. You know.
absolutely. I'm the
So
same way. Don't worry. Everything on my stream is PG-13. Honestly. The games are not most of the time,
yeah,
but I always keep it because when you're out there on the internet, it stays out there, and you don't want to make a fool of yourself. Number one, and especially you have students.
yeah.
I give you lots of props and lots of like. I would not ever involve my IRL life into my life.
I try to live a life that where it's fine if those two cross because I don't do anything that or I try not to do anything that's like you know bad quote unquote.
Yeah, of
And
course.
so I'm fine with it, but I do know one of the first things they do when you enter teacher school is they scare the heck out of you to try to you know you got to lock down all your social medias, and you got to do this and make sure no there's no public pictures. I've never really run into an issue with like social media in particular.
That's good.
And I don't post that often to begin with, other than streaming and now clips and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, but I remember it one of the like first sessions with our like career and counselor. They were talking about like how they have a service where they'll like look you up on all your social medias and things like that and see is there anything that like a school district wouldn't like. And they told a story about how one person did it and they were apparently like their name was the same as like a very famous like pornographic star.
Oh
And
my.
I raised my hand. I was like, "Well, what if you don't know that you have the same name as someone?" And they looked at me and they roasted me in front of the whole group and said, "Don't worry, you don't have that issue." Like
That's
implying
messed
that
up. No
implying that
offense.
I'm not attractive enough to have that issue. But it was just like
Dang.
I was like, dang, like I didn't sign up for that trash
Well,
fire.
caffeine doesn't
But
have nothing to worry about, so it's fine.
yeah,
Base.
for sure. But yeah,
Oh man, that's pretty messed up. No, that's understanding. Like, yeah. Because when I was in school, I always like, hey, teach teacher's name because that'll be weird. Um, can you add me on Facebook? Can you add me on MySpace? Because MySpace was a thing back then. But like, yeah, as soon as you graduate.
yep.
As soon as I graduate,
That's generally my rule. The one exception would be like if they're in stream, like I will talk to them in stream, but
you won't follow them, of
I won't
course.
follow them back. I will not message them privately or anything like that.
Good.
Like my
Yeah.
boundary is always like has been
Boundary.
wait until you graduate, and then when you graduate, I will follow you just to keep tabs on what you're doing because I want to see like where my students go after they leave me. They go on to bigger and better things, and so some students are like they're pursuing medical degrees. Some of them are pursuing um, degrees into teaching. Some of them are finance people, and so it's just really interesting to see what everyone's doing once they leave my classroom. So
I could definitely see you at the end of the year giving a whole bunch of letter of recommendations to them.
I have never actually written one yet. No one's actually
What?
asked me specifically for one yet. But hey, if you're watching this, I got you. I will write a letter of recommendation so long as you did my work. You know,
As long as you did my work.
if you didn't do my work, I'll write one, but I don't know if you want me to write one.
But I want to say thank you so much. I know I have like a few minutes left, but I know you have to wake up for work in the morning. I have to wake up and work in the morning. But you're gonna stay on a little bit longer, right?
Yeah, I'll probably stay on a little bit longer just to you know, uh, clip the stream, and so on. It'll be from my perspective though. I don't have you on my stream, but
No, that's perfectly
so
fine.
but
Because
yeah,
I'm just planning just to raid out to you and chill while I send this to you and stuff. But yeah, anything you want to say to the chat? And what is one thing you want to give advice to all your students out there and all the viewers out here?
Um, I want to say to the chat, thank you so much for your time and just listening to me yap this whole time. I am a yap professor. I get on so many side tangents when I'm teaching sometimes that my students have to remind me that I gotta do my job and actually teach. And then advice for students is to don't limit yourself by the effort you put in today. I think a lot of students are apathetic. They don't care like how they're doing in school right now because oh, it's just ninth grade, or no one's gonna check my ninth grade. But I always tell students that you want to say no to opportunities in the future. You don't want the opportunity to say no to you, and so
Ooh,
take the time.
yes.
And just remember, like, every assignment has your name attached to it. And I'm not saying that that's the type of person you are, but in some ways it's a reflection of who you are. So put some effort into it. Are you the type of person that will go that extra mile? And people
Can
will.
you say that one more time louder, please? Because that's gonna be my tweet, and I think that should be like your Twitch motto, by the way.
I will say that the which part? Sorry.
The opportunity one.
You want to say no to opportunities. You don't want the opportunity to say no to you. And so put some effort into it, no matter what it is. Whether it's like sweeping a floor or doing a history assignment, put some effort into it. It's a reflection of who you are in some way. It's not entirely who you are, but you get the idea.
That is beautiful. I love that. Well, we're gonna go raid out to History Gangster. Please chill out with him. If you have to raid and run, I understand. But let's try to get him to affiliate. And we had such a fun time. Thank you so much for your first interview. I hope to
Yeah.
see you in 2-3 years for a follow up for the second interview. And I will be chilling out on your streams, especially for that Barbie stream.
I'll be doing it at some point. It's gonna take me a bit because we still have like probably 60 or 100 episodes of Fallout left, but it's fine.
Guys, and I just want to let you know that tomorrow's interview is canceled, but I will be doing a sponsor stream, so you could check that out for the game I'm playing. But Wednesday we'll be interviewing a VTuber. Sunday we'll be interviewing my significant other. So excited! I hope you get to meet him, and I hope you get to pass by if you will like. And then Monday I'll be interviewing one of my good friends who quit streaming and became a full-time YouTuber, and that's going to be an interesting conversation. So bye everyone.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Oh, geez, I gotta look at my own Twitch now. Okay. Let me open up my. All right. Woo! Yeah. I am just hearing. Oh boy. This is my first raid, actually, believe it or not. I am hearing Druggy Duggy, which is my AI agent thing that I thought I turned off, but apparently I didn't. It's just nonstop being like, hey, thanks for the raid, and stuff like that. So, yes, Mysterious Stranger notification. Everything is related to the game that I'm streaming. So, since I'm streaming Fallout, everything will be related to that. When I stream Barbie Horse Adventures, or whatever Barbie game my wife tells me to stream, that will be related. Everything will be related to that. So there might be Barbie posters. I might wear a blonde wig. We'll see. I might be Ken. I'm not. First ever raid. Yes, you did pop my raid cherry. I don't know how appropriate that is, but yes, but yes, that was my first raid. I don't think I've ever actually been raided by someone. If it was a small person, but but yes. So thank you so much for a great interview. And honestly, I'm just super grateful. And I have met so many people from the Creator Accelerator program that, have helped me grow as a streamer, a content creator since January. And so it's definitely something I'm hoping to improve on. I have posted a video on my YouTube where I reviewed the program. And so basically, I talked about the interview actually on that video, but obviously the interview hadn't happened yet. So I was kind of like, I'm assuming the interview went well. I hope it went well, And so, but yeah. So thank you for the raid. Thank you for the interview. And I'm just super grateful to be here. So did it went well? I think it did. I think it was a great interview. And let me actually fix something because I just noticed this isn't. Let's see. Am I on the right one? I'm not on the right one. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix that a little. There you go. But yeah, I think it went well, and I'm very helpful. It was very helpful. I am not going to stay on for probably super long. I'm probably going to hop off probably around 12:15 because I do have to get up for work in the morning, But yeah. Oh, look, a bot. But yeah, so I usually stream Fallout, and I use a bot. Yeah. I usually stream Fallout, and so I stream, and my goal is to do 100% completion playthrough, but with mods. So, obviously we have crowd control set up, so you can see the overlay on Twitch. If you're watching on TikTok, the likes on TikTok, have also, spawn in enemies. So far up to this point, we have done much of the beginning storyline. We have started the Far Harbor DLC. We haven't completed the main quest line yet because my hope with that one is I want to do all the quests for the different factions before I make a choice. And I'm probably leaning towards siding with the Institute because I've never done it before. But I want to get through all the different quests first. And there's a couple DLC quests. There's a couple mod quests that were installed as well. And I think in total we have 78. So yeah. Def need to help you with Siribot and stuff. Yeah. So, again, thank you so much. And the nice thing about this has been just the collabing. Honestly, collabing together has been amazing. So, are there any other questions? I can keep this interview going by myself. Maybe, I don't know. I'm starting to get a little tired, but I am hydrating. So. And I do have a cloud bot from Streamlabs. I don't know if I set it up right, but it pops in every now and then. Nah, you was a vibe, dude. Yeah. There's my, you sound like Druggy Dougie now, every time I get a follow or something. So. Cloudbot supports the Brotherhood. Yes. Yes, he does. It's Paladin Cloudbot. He supports the Brotherhood Steel. So. Hey, are you a fellow history buff? Well, I'm going to turn the interview on you then. What's your favorite historical period to look at? Egypt. Egypt is awesome. Unfortunately for my state, it's not really required in terms of the curriculum. I always take some time to talk about it because it is like a huge character when it comes to ancient history, but it's not actually required in my state's curriculum for some reason. So, I always take some time to talk about it. You got to talk about the pyramids and the role that Egypt plays in terms of power. World War II? Yeah, World War II is definitely always my students. I had to mandatory learn it fourth, fifth, and 10th grade. Yeah, I mean, my students in like we in the state's curriculum, you do talk about it in sixth grade, but when they get to my class, it's not actually one of the required things I'm supposed to talk about. And so it's something I add on. But yeah, yeah, World War II is always the students' favorites. You know, it's definitely at the beginning of the year. I always give a little like get to know you sheet to my students to fill out, and I always say like, what interests you about history? And it's always like World War II. It's always tanks or missiles or war stuff, or even like some of them have uh like darker interests, so they're always like genocide or like things like that, and so they're always interested in the darker side of history because I feel like by the time they get to my class, it's like the first time you can really talk about that, and so but yeah, uh, Cold War, it's always fun. Um, my students just learned today about détente. I was unfortunately out for today for my students that were talking about that because I had a meeting that about something, but they learned about détente, the easing of tension in the 70s, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about Ronald Reagan and talk about the growing. I believe you, one of the teachers, though, teach them stuff that was real. What is being said about World War II? I believe you are one of the teachers though, who teach them that stuff was real. What is being said about World War II? It's always shook me hard when kids today nowadays. More as I am coming from one of the countries that was inside of it. Yeah. Uh, Speaking about genocide and Holocaust. Yeah, yeah. I don't sugarcoat anything. I show them the pictures and the documents, and I make it very clear, like this could happen again, and in some ways this is happening again, and so it's something that's very serious, and we look at multiple throughout the class, and I always tell students like it always starts with uh, watch the boy in the striped pajamas. Uh, Good movie, but uh, there's some controversy with that one, unfortunately. The author of The Boy in the Striped Pajamas definitely made some stuff up, which is not great, right? They're kind of profiting off of someone else's tragedy and made up a bunch of stuff. But yeah, like we look at a bunch of different events throughout history like that. It's still a good movie. Yeah, still a good movie. It's sad, but the book and the author are kind of mid. Wait, should go into how fascism grew and how it happened again. Yeah. We have talked about that, and we talked about the warning signs, and talking about what to look out for, because it could happen again. I made up a fake fictional story and presented it as like almost well, this is happening in the news, sort of, so to speak, and then I explained like afterwards, like actually this is what was fake about it and what to look out for. We need to learn how to prevent the man in the high castle from happening again, as twice is enough. Yeah, that's a great series. I'm always interested in the alternative history side of things, and like another great one of that alternative history is like 11/22/63, like the Stephen King novel and series where if Kennedy lived, what might happen, and I thought that was really interesting too. I meant like real life with current events. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I always try to link things to current events, but I don't want to uh I don't want to shape like my students' political views. I don't want to tell them exactly where I'm standing on political issues. So I always try to make it, allow them to draw the connections if they draw them. And so if there's anything that's going on in the news, like I will mention something if it's pretty obvious, but I want them to draw on their own understanding of things and make those connections. Um, all around, this slide never happened. It's mind blowing. Yeah, for sure. Quad, Quadril Sart. Um, a couple. I was showing students that like on TikTok, a couple, um, a couple months ago, or maybe it was like even longer than that. there was like an AI version of one of the speeches given during World War II by Angry Mustache Man. And it was translated into English through AI, and I was saying like this is like very persuasive, but then like what scared me was like going into the comments and saying like the wrong side won or something like that, which is like insane to just see so many people liking and posting that type of stuff. Yeah, people need to learn the sad truth about the camps, including the ones we had in the U.S. too. Yep, yep. We don't, unfortunately, like the way that my state handles the curriculum, I'm not allowed to talk about the U.S. except for 2 times. I'm allowed to talk about them for dropping the atomic bombs, and I'm allowed to talk about them during the Cold War, and that's it. And so, I mean, like when I say allowed, I mean like the curriculum specifically says U.S. I can talk about the U.S. anytime I want, but it's world history, and so um, just quad. Okay, I'll know that for the future. Yeah, true. Take a neutral Pulitzer style take on current events. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I am from Czech Republic. Oh, awesome. I used to know someone from the Czech Republic. They were a foreign exchange student. Um, that was at my school. So we had Japanese Americans in camps in World War II because of Japan's involvement. Yeah, that's part of it as well. And part of it was under the guise of like a you know, security risk of potential spies, but um we didn't actually have any hard evidence at that time. Now, later after that whole thing went down, like in the 60s, we did find actual spies, but during the time of FDR, we didn't have any information about that. Um, I could tell a different country because of your speech. Thanks for trying with your English. Yeah, education system has changed so much, and that is so sad. It has, yeah, it has for sure. I think also like the culture has changed, like especially in my neck of the woods, education isn't valued as much, and so it and like the like certain people don't value it as much, and then their kids don't value it as much, and so it's definitely like you're pushing against the grain at times. Um, yeah, I do it anyway. Yeah, my English is weak, all self-taught. Congrats, honestly. You know, I know a little German, because I took German in high school and in college as well. But I probably couldn't hold my own in the conversation at this point, because I haven't had to use it in quite some time. So screw the curriculum, break the cycle. I wish I could, but I gotta teach to. Unfortunately, I have to teach to a test. That's the one downside of standardized testing. It's great for measuring student success at times, but you gotta teach to it, unfortunately. And so I'm kind of limited. And there's only so many days out of the school year, and there's a lot of stuff to cover, and there's always adding new stuff because it's history, never stops. So yeah, yeah, they are. Yeah, Quad's doing a great job. All right, always doing a great job. I know a little Spanish, but not very well. That's actually like I like taking German because like my friends were taking it too. But if I had to go back and take another language, it would have been Spanish because even at my pizza place, there are people that speak Spanish and they can't speak English. And so I always feel bad that I have to divert to someone else that knows this how to speak that language when I could be helping them and I can't because I didn't take that particular language. And I know that there's like Duolingo and other programs like that. And I may start that at some point, but the time dedication, is limited. So, okay, amazing people. I gotta run, take some sleep. Amazing to meet you and see you around. Yes, thank you, Quad. Appreciate it. Nice NASA logo, by the way. I know some Spanish from food service and some Portuguese from having half my family from there. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Um, my wife and I, we both did our DNA ancestry tests through Ancestry.com, and unfortunately, we didn't get anything that was like, that we didn't already kind of know. Um, and so, but that's awesome. Most of my family is just from Europe. Um, the only thing I think I've got that I wasn't really expecting is I've got some Hungarian in me, and I think some Russian, and that's about it. So, But yeah, that's awesome. I you know, the it's the curriculum part of things. It's sad that I have to teach you a test, but I'm hoping that, in the future things change, that they allow for more freedom. Um and that, maybe we can dive deeper into things, because sometimes, because we have that test at the end of the year, we have to skip over a lot of stuff. Basically, we have to talk about each thing briefly and then move on. So, but but yeah. Hey, sent the email. Can you confirm you got it? Let's see. I got it. I got it. Yes. Yes, I have ancestry from all over Europe, from what I've been told. Slovakia, Ireland, Germany, Poland. That's awesome. Awesome. Thank you once again. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Love it. English. Yeah. Yeah. I was actually kind of hoping I had something that I was not expecting when I took the DNA test. I was hoping that, it'd be something crazy, like, oh, you're from, Spain, or you're from, something from Asia. But I didn't get anything. And neither did my wife. Even though my wife does have like Spanish descendants, none of the Spanish blood got to her, unfortunately. How did you go about doing the DNA test? Ancestry has kits that you can order, and it's best to wait for them to go on sale, because their usual price is like $100. But every like Christmas time or Easter, they always drop the price down to like 40 or $30. And so all you do is like you take the little tube, you spit into the tube a bunch of times up to like this little measuring thing, and then you have to like pour this like preservative liquid into it, and then you ship it out. We paid for priority processing, which is like an extra, I think, 20 or $30, maybe 50, I can't remember. But they'll like priority process your DNA test. For her, I think it took her about 6 to 8 weeks to get the information back. I didn't do priority processing the first time, and it took me like 12 weeks, basically. So I had to wait a little bit longer. But I have slowly been becoming my family's genealogist, like family history. And so I've been slowly becoming that, because my uncle, who was the predominant person that did that, he is showing signs of like early onset dementia. And so I'm kind of taking over the family business in that case. And so, yeah, it's not great. He's still cognizant, he's still aware, but he's starting to show signs of like, he'll call my mom and, have the same conversation like, you know, twice a week. And it's be like, oh, like you've already told me that, and stuff like that. And he once got lost while driving. He couldn't find like where he lived and stuff like that. And so he's definitely showing signs. And so, but yeah. So, and I've taken his work and I've built upon it. And so I haven't nearly finished it, but I've mainly been sticking to direct descendants, and I can go all the way back 22 generations in one case to 1222. My 22nd great grandfather was Lord of Westchester, I think, in Europe, in England. And but by that point, I'm basing it off of other people's work, because the primary sources are literally like squiggles. They are just like squiggles. I cannot read Old English to save my life. So I feel like I might be lucky, as my family never had that happen on the male side. Yeah. I don't think my family has had that too. I think he's the only one that I know of, but my grandparents passed away before I was like old enough to really get to know them. So I don't think that, I don't know, like family history wise, like if there is a case of that. So yeah, that's crazy long ago. It is. But that's one direct line. And once you get to about the 1500s ish, it's based off of someone else's work, but that work was in a book. So hopefully, like, they did good, solid scholarship and work into that. But I can't like verify it myself because I can't read the documents. Old style English is very difficult to look at. Um, so yeah, uh, and I've hit a few dead ends, but I I did solve a mystery, and I'll probably end stream after I tell this story, just because it's getting late and I got to get up for work tomorrow early. But one of the craziest things that's happened is, so my dad never knew his biological father really, except for once. He met him once when he was 10. And so my goal, part of my goal with Ancestry, was to try to find out who my biological father is. That's kind of, or my biological grandfather is. So that's kind of why I did the DNA test. Was I wanted to see, like, maybe it'll give me a clue about like who he is. And so I connected with someone that shared 13% DNA, which is a significant amount of DNA. For reference, my uncle is also on Ancestry with the DNA test, and we share about 23 or 24% DNA. And so when I see 13%, that clued me in, like, this person must be related to that side of the family. And so I did some digging, and I found out what he looks like. I found out who he is. But come to find out, my grandmother must have had an affair with him. He was married. She must have been the other woman. And so I tried messaging the person, never got a response about it. And then, a year later, they messaged me back and they wanted to know more information about it. And eventually it got to a point where they were like, well, if this is true, this would like disrupt our family. It would cause major issues. And so I didn't like push it. I've always wanted to like, have that conversation with him and be like, hey, I'm your grandson, based off DNA tests. But, I don't want to like disrupt their family. I don't want to like break up, anything that's going on. He's 93 or 94. So there's not like, he's with someone else now, and I don't want to like disrupt their family. But it was just like, it was amazing to just like be able to find a picture of him. And as soon as I saw the picture, it's like, yep, I know that's him. Like, he looks pretty similar to my dad. And so, yeah, it was pretty amazing. And that's definitely going to be like my number one, like, genealogy achievement so far. But I hope to continue that work. But Ancestry is really expensive, especially if you do like their all world pass. Like, their all world pass is crazy expensive. And so you always wait for sales, always wait for, deals and whatnot. So I get it half off usually. But yeah. Yeah, 30% is a decent amount. It is for sure. But I'm, hopefully one day, I might meet him in passing. I was actually half tempted to write a letter to the nursing home that I know he's in, because I'm a bit of a digital sleuth when it comes to that type of stuff. So, but I didn't do anything like that. I don't want to disrupt their family. So, but with that, I am probably going to call it a night. It's been wonderful. Thank you again so much for the interview. I can't wait to check it out, and to make clips from this. And so thank you so much again. And thank you for all my new followers and all my new viewers. I hope to be affiliate soon. But if it doesn't happen right away, that's fine. I'm just, I'm in it for the love of the game. This is my game. Keep teaching the good stuff. I'm trying. All right. Even if my students don't agree with me, like, for example, I have one student in my chat on TikTok saying, please stop. So I'm trying to mold those young minds. But road to affiliate, this was a vibe. Yes, appreciate it. And so we are going to raid someone. I don't know who. Usually I raid people that play the same game that I'm playing. So we'll find someone that I know, um, and we'll rate them and we'll see what happens. Want a suggestion? Sure, I'll take a suggestion. Honestly, I will take a suggestion. Usually I play, like I said, I rate someone that's playing Fallout, but I will take whatever you say. My friend just got out of a hiatus. They will appreciate it later, and if I was streaming, I'd offer the raid. Yeah, I will do whatever you want me to rate your friend? Lin. All right, here we go. Let me open up my stream manager here. We will raid Lin. Here we go. Rah. Oh no. Hold on. All right. Is there a way I can do that on PC? Because my phone is not working. She is a sock. She just called me out. Oh no. Oh no. Hold up. I don't know how to do a raid on line. Let me double check. Let me find Lynn. Lynn. Is there a way I can raid them? Let me try closing the app and opening it back up. Maybe that might work. Sorry, I'm new with this. All right, let's try. There we go. Okay, it's working. We got it. We're good. Lynn. Start a raid. There we go. Woo! We got it. So we're going to raid them. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will catch you all later. We will stream again Wednesday night, 9:30. Here we go.